If your legs start giving out after 60, or it feels like there's no push left on stairs, the most useful question is not, am I getting old? It is, what kind of leg weakness is this? Because weak legs do not all come from the same problem. Sometimes it is lost muscle power, sometimes it is joint pain switching the muscles off, it could be nerves, or sometimes it is a circulation problem. It might be a medication or a medical condition that has quietly changed things too. I'm Dr. Deepa, and in real clinical practice, we do not treat weak legs as one problem. We first look for the pattern. So in this video, I'll show you the simple pattern doctors look for when weak legs are common aging, when they are fixable, and when they should not be ignored. The first thing to understand is this. Your legs can feel weak for different reasons. One person says, I struggle to get out of a chair. Another says, my legs feel heavy after walking for 5 minutes. Somebody says, my feet feel numb and I don't trust the ground. Another says, my knees hurt, so I avoid stairs. And another says, this started after a new tablet. Those are not the same story. They may all be described as my legs are giving out, but medically they point in different directions. That is why the question is not only, are my legs weak? The better question is, when do they feel weak and what comes with it? Because weak legs is not one diagnosis. Let's make this practical. The first chair and stairs pattern is a power problem. This is when the difficulty shows up with things like standing from a low chair, climbing stairs, getting up from the toilet, stepping onto a curb, or pushing yourself uphill. That often points towards muscle power. Not just muscle size, but the ability of the muscle to produce force quickly when you need it. After 60, muscles can lose strength and power, especially if illness, pain, weight loss, low activity, poor nutrition, or long periods of sitting have crept in. Mainstream medical guidance recognizes that age-related muscle loss, inactivity, illness, nutrition, and some medicines can all contribute to weaker legs after 60. Think of it like an engine losing horsepower. The car still starts, it still moves, but hills feel different. That is what many people feel in their legs. They can walk on flat ground, but stairs suddenly feel like a personal insult from the architect. The practical point is this: if the main problem is chair rise, stairs, or getting up from low positions, do not think only of old age. Think muscle power, joint pain, balance, and deconditioning. What to do? If there are no warning signs, this is often where a physiotherapist or a properly trained trainer can help you rebuild leg strength safely, especially with sit to stand, step up balance, and progressive resistance work. The second pain and stiffness is a joint problem. This is when the leg does not feel weak all the time, but pain or stiffness changes how you move. For example, knee arthritis or hip arthritis can make the body protect the painful joint. When that happens, the muscles around the joint may not fire properly. It can feel like weakness, but part of the problem is the body putting the brakes on movement. A painful joint is like driving with the handbrake partly on. The engine may still work, but the system will not let you use full power. This is why some people say, my leg gives way, when what they are really feeling is pain, stiffness, guarding, and loss of confidence. The important clue is whether weakness comes from joint pain, swelling, stiffness after rest, reduced range of movement, or difficulty loading one side. If pain is the driver, the answer is not simply push harder. That is a good way to make the knee write a complaint letter. So if pain or stiffness is making the leg feel weak, start with your GP, primary care clinician, or a physiotherapist. The medical clinician checks the diagnosis and pain options. The therapist helps you move, strengthen, and protect the joint safely. The numbness and tingling pattern is a nerve problem. This is where symptoms such as numbness, tingling, burning, pins and needles, electric pain, foot slap, poor balance, or not feeling the floor become important. Nerves are the wiring system. If the wiring is affected, the muscle may be capable of working, but the signal is poor. The brain also gets less accurate information from the feet about where the ground is. That matters after 60 because balance depends heavily on the feet, eyes, inner ear, muscles, joints, and brain all talking to each other. Balance is information. Western medical bodies commonly describe peripheral neuropathy as a condition that can cause numbness, tingling, burning pain, poor coordination, and sometimes muscle weakness, especially in the feet and legs. So if the main feeling is not just weakness, but numbness, burning, tingling, poor foot awareness, or stumbling because the foot does not lift properly, that pattern deserves medical attention. In this case, your action should be straightforward. Book a medical review, especially if the numbness is new, worsening, one-sided, linked with diabetes, or affecting your balance, because nerve symptoms need a cause, not just stronger legs. If this explanation is useful so far, you can give the video a like. It helps YouTube show it to more people who may need the same clear information. The fourth is a circulation problem. That's the walking distance pattern. This is where the legs feel heavy, tired, painful, or cramped when you walk, especially in the calf, thigh, hip, or buttock, and then improve after you stop and rest. That repeatable pattern matters. If the same walking distance brings on the same leg heaviness and rest makes it better, doctors think carefully about blood flow to the legs. Major medical guidance describes this as a classic circulation pattern, leg symptoms that come on with walking and ease with rest. This is different from ordinary tiredness. With circulation problems, the leg muscles are asking for more blood during walking, but the supply is restricted. It's like trying to drive uphill with a blocked fuel line. Circulation tells the truth. A key clue is repeatability. If you can walk about the same distance, then the same calf or thigh heaviness starts, then it eases with rest, that pattern is worth checking, especially if there are other clues. One foot colder than the other, slow healing sores, color change, weak pulses, or a history of smoking, diabetes, high blood pressure, or cholesterol problems. Again, speak with your doctor because this pattern may need a circulation check before you simply push yourself to walk further. Exercise can help some circulation problems, but it should be the right exercise for the diagnosis. This does not mean every heavy leg is blocked with arteries. It means the pattern matters. Now here is the point I want you to keep. If you remember only one part of this video, remember this. Chairs and stairs, think power. Pain and stiffness, think joints. Numbness and tingling, think nerves. Walking distance, think circulation. Standing and leaning, think spine. New change, think medication or whole body cause. That does not diagnose you, but it gives you a much better conversation with your doctor. Function matters more than labels. The fifth standing and leaning pattern is a spine problem. One common example after 60 is lumbar spine stenosis. That means narrowing in the lower spine where the nerves travel. The typical pattern can be leg pain, cramping, numbness, weakness, or heaviness that gets worse with standing or walking and improves when sitting, bending forward, or leaning on something like a shopping trolley. That shopping trolley sign is useful. If walking upright is hard, but leaning forward helps, doctors listen carefully. Not because a shopping trolley is a medical device, although in some supermarkets it may be the most stable thing in the building. What should you do? Arrange a medical or physiotherapy assessment, particularly if symptoms are limiting walking, causing numbness, or affecting one leg more than the other. The goal is to separate a back and nerve problem from ordinary leg weakness and then choose the appropriate therapy plan. And the final sixth pattern is medication or whole body weakness, the new change pattern. This is where the legs feel weak along with dizziness, lightheadedness, fatigue, sleepiness, poor appetite, recent illness, or a new medication. Medication effects can look like aging. The key clue is timing. Did the weakness start after a new tablet, a dose change, dehydration, poor sleep, an infection, or a period of reduced eating? That timing is not a small detail. It may be the main clue. Do not stop medications on your own, but do ask your doctor or pharmacist to review the timing, dose, blood pressure, hydration, recent illness, and whether basic blood tests are needed. The CDC's Steady Falls Prevention approach includes medication review as part of reducing fall risk in older adults. That matters because some medication effects can show up as weakness, dizziness, unsteadiness, or falls. Other whole body causes can include anemia, thyroid disease, diabetes, vitamin B12 deficiency, kidney problems, heart or lung disease, infection, inflammatory muscle disease, alcohol effects, and poor nutrition. And this is where inflammation can sometimes confuse the picture. Chronic inflammation does not usually announce itself with one dramatic symptom. It can show up as fatigue, stiffness, slower recovery, aching, and that general feeling that the body is aging faster than it should. I've covered that in a separate video called Could Hidden Inflammation Be Making You Feel Older? Because sometimes the legs are not the only part of the story. But for today, keep the main point simple. If the weakness feels general, new, or different from your usual baseline, it deserves context. Now let's turn this into Dr. Deepa's practical map. What to check, what to change, what to continue, and what not to ignore. First, what to check. Check when the weakness happens. Is it mainly getting out of a chair? Mainly stairs? Mainly walking distance? Mainly pain? Mainly numbness? Mainly balance? Mainly after a medication change? Write it down for 1 week if you need to. Not a novel, just a few lines. Stairs hard, calf tight after 5 minutes, numb feet at night, dizzy after morning tablets, knee pain before leg gives way. That is useful. Patterns over time matter. Second, what to change. If it is safe for you, do not respond to weak legs by doing less and less. That often makes the circle worse. Less movement leads to less strength. Less strength leads to less confidence. Less confidence leads to less movement. The body is very efficient. Unfortunately, it is efficient in both directions. For many older adults, strength and balance work can help maintain independence and reduce risk fall. Major Western medical guidance on falls prevention and healthy aging consistently supports regular movement, strength work, balance practice, and safe activity where appropriate. Examples may include sit-to-stand practice, gentle step-ups, supporting balance work, walking, cycling, or a supervised strength program. But the right choice depends on the pattern. If walking triggers chest pain, severe breathlessness, fainting, or calf pain that repeatedly stops you, that needs medical guidance. If there is a foot drop, new numbness, or rapidly worsening weakness, that is not a fitness project. That is a medical assessment. Third, what to continue. Continue safe movement if you can. Continue managing blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol, smoking cessation, nutrition, sleep, and medication review with your clinician. For circulation problems, structured walking programs may be used under medical guidance. For fall risk, continue balance and strength habits. The goal is not to become an Olympic athlete at 70. The goal is to keep getting out of the chair, climbing the stairs, and trusting your legs when life asks you to move. Simple does not mean weak. If this practical approach is useful, you can subscribe to more clear medical explanations for adults over 60, without panic and without pretending one tip fixes everything. Fourth, what not to ignore. This is the safety boundary. Seek urgent medical help if weakness is sudden, affects one side of the body, comes with facial droop, speech trouble, confusion, severe dizziness, or loss of coordination. Also seek urgent help for new bowel or bladder loss with numbness around the saddle area, new foot drop, rapidly worsening leg weakness, severe back pain with neurological symptoms, a cold, pale, numb limb, blackened skin, non-healing wounds, chest pain, fainting, or severe breathlessness. Do not panic. Do not dismiss. These are the two mistakes. Most leg weakness after 60 is not an emergency, but repeated changes in function deserve context. You can also comment with which general pattern you want explained next. Chair rise weakness, walking distance weakness, numb feet, balance problems, joint pain, or medication effects. Keep it general, no private medical details. So let's bring this together. When your legs start giving out after 60, do not reduce the whole question to "I'm getting old." Age may be a part of the story, but it is rarely the whole story. Ask instead, is this a power problem, a joint problem, a nerve problem, a circulation problem, a spine problem, a balance problem, a medication or whole body problem? That is how you move from fear to useful action. Weak legs are not a verdict. They are a signal. The goal is to notice the pattern, check what can be treated, rebuild what can be rebuilt, and not ignore the signs that need medical attention. That is the calm way to protect independence after 60. Not by pretending nothing is happening, and not by assuming the worst, by reading the pattern. And if you want another example of how the body changes after 60 in ways people often underestimate, watch this next video, Alcohol After 60, Your Body Isn't Processing It Like It Before. It explains why the same drink can affect the body very differently with age.